So you were able to get in, right? All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right, cool. So looks like we're up and live. Stein is saying, "What up? How's it going, Stein?" I think that's Diane Stein. Oh, that's you. I looked up Stein because I was curious, and from what I understood, it meant like rock, like stone, but it was also so knowing that, I also I read that it's also a name that you can give to a like a pet. Stein. Oh no. Oh, I must have read something. I thought it was like, oh, that's cute because you can name like yeah, I was gonna say, imagine like a little tiny little chihuahua and you name him Big Stone or something. Like I thought it was ironic. Like I thought it was funny. So what is, yeah, exactly. What does Stein mean? It's just like a nickname? What is Stein? What does it mean? Oh, okay. Gotcha. And you need to be a, yeah, you need to be, are you a spectator in here? Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Stein. What's up, Rusty Oil Can, Monkey Mafia? How's it going, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, exactly. They got two screens. Oh man, I'm excited for China GP. Man, what do you, and it's such a technical circuit. What are, well, the one in particular that I was thinking about is what turn is it? Turn 11, 12, and 13, which lead to the back straight. If you, but it's about that balance, right? Right. I'm excited to see, and I'm excited to see, yeah, I'm excited to see who's going to put together a good lap, and then even after that, that's just qualifying. The race I think is going to be incredible because there's two DRS zones, and then the back straight after turn 11, 12, and 13. The back straight is one of the longest on the calendar. So I can see even like a double or triple overtake happening today potentially. And even when you're being overtaken, if you can be uh, later on the brakes, you could still even keep your position. But it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited. Yeah, yeah. And hey, some of the guys are saying that they can't hear you on the mic. Can you check your audio setting? You hold the PlayStation button, sound of the devices, and or no, what is it? PlayStation Party. We have to go to the party menu. It is on now. Okay. So Robert, what's up, Robert Angus Stein? He's just switched it. Yeah, radio check, radio check. We're gonna see if we can get Zandvorth up in here because he wanted to join. I think this is gonna get a little crazy, but we'll give it a try. Zandvoort.
Already got some guys out.
Let me get all this track, map, detail. I think we're ready then. So, and we're joined, so we're joined today by Steins App and Danforth. Danforth, how you doing? All right, you're good and recovered for today. All right, you got the stream up. All right, I'm gonna send you the link. Hold on, so you can check it out. You got it? Okay, I put it in league announcements.
We got some guys on the mediums as well.
We do.
Interesting.
We do. So we have Vapor and we have Space Cowboy. So you got to figure that these guys are going to be trying a one-stopper today, right?
Yeah, for sure. Mediums to hard.
And do you think the one-stopper is possible starting on the soft tire?
Yeah, it should be possible. I will go for that tomorrow at least.
Yeah, but you always say you're going to go for the strategy just to throw people off, and then you do something else. you're very crafty like that, Stein.
Special tactics, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He's like two-stopper. It's like, because a one-stopper is impossible. I was like, okay, everyone's going to try a two-stopper, and then Stein, what does he do? He goes on a one-stopper and gets like up near the front somehow.
No, but I think soft to hard will be, if you're confident with the tire wear, it should be.
Well, you're an expert with tire savings. How do you save tires? What's your strategy?
Well, I recently discovered that I don't turn that hard into turns, so it might be down to that. That I don't try to focus.
That helped, right? It's hard though because it's one of these tracks where you want to attack. We're watching McLaren, and he's actually invalidated his lap. So we'll go to someone else. Who's in that Williams? I think it's Nero. No, Daily Dose of Death. I think he's just starting his out lap. Oh no, he's on a hot lap. So we're on board with Daily Dose of Death. He's in turn 14 into 15, heading to turn 16. We'll see what kind of time he can put together. What's the key to qualifying here, Danforth? What do you think? You're an expert. You're an expert everywhere, don't be modest. Right? Yeah. You're talking about turn 1? Yeah. It's not easy. Turn 1 is like actually one of the more difficult corners in all the calendar, I think, because it's not just one of these corners where you hit your braking point, do your downshifts, turn in, and then get on the power. It's one of these corners where the radius of the corner is reducing. Oh, and it looks like someone went off. It looks like Chef.
Space Cowboy?
Yeah, Chef Space Cowboys. He went off. So, and Canino, yeah, he just put it on pole. But yeah, that turn 1, you got to go in there faster than you're going into the entry faster than you are when you're mid-corner than when you're getting out. Like, you're constantly having to reduce the speed. It's a very tricky corner, but I think it's going to be one of the keys. Like you said, if you can get turn 1 nailed, that gives you just so much more confidence for the rest of the lap to really attack. And this is really what it's all about, the confidence, right? Because if you have the confidence in your mind, you can make anything happen. Right. Right. The engine braking helps you. Yeah, slows down the car. So let's see who else is on a hot lap. It looks like Broken Controller. No, Broken Controller is going to start his hot lap. So he's in the Haas. And let's see who else is behind him. We have the looks like the Force Indias. And Domingos is going into the pits. Who else? Nico John is also going into the pits. And Naf is going into the pits. So these guys have already done their laps. And again, we have Canino on pole with a 131.4. That's a quick lap.
Yeah, he's really good on this track.
Yeah.
I saw him qualifying in the 30s quite easily.
And Steinmeier put it in.
Expecting a lot from him today.
Yeah, me too. Steinmeier 132.791, so he put it in the fifth. I'm expecting that, the battle for the pole is going to be very, very, very close. I think Steinmeier could put together a better lap. I know Domingos can be quick. Vapor, he was able to put it into fourth position in qualifying last week at Vietnam, so we'll be looking out for him as well. Monkey Mafia is a new addition here today, joining us as reserve, so everyone here is welcoming Monkey. We'll see what he can do today. But the gap between P1 and P2, Canino and Tiny Darth, is basically non-existent.
And they were really quick in Vietnam as well, especially Tiny, who was leading the race.
And if you recall at Bahrain as well, it was the battle throughout the whole race. I think it was only separated by a couple seconds, 3 seconds or so, if that, NAFTA and Tiny. So NAFTA is going to be there or thereabouts as well. It's going to be a really great race.
Yeah, for sure. Canino is really good on this track.
Yeah, he is.
It's going to be close between those two, I think.
And Broken Controller just puts in 132.5, so he has put it into fifth. Scorpio crosses the line and he started his hot lap. Steinmeier jumped into the pits. Yeah. Who else? Oso's on the back straight. Vapor's flying by him. I think Vapor's on a hot lap here. No, he's on his out lap. He's on a hot lap. It looks like that Williams is flying. Yeah, Nero. He's also on an out lap. Alright, so everyone's getting ready for the next hot laps.
I think Space Cowboy is doing his hot lap right now.
Is he? Okay. Let's go to Space Cowboy. Let's go to Shep.
I reckon he's
Yeah, he's on his out lap. He's warming up those tires. I'm curious to see what Shep can do here today, because Shep in the first race, I believe he started. I'm thinking it was like 10th or 11th, but within the first lap he had got it up to 6th, and at one point he was up to 3rd before he got caught out by that chicane of death. But Shep has some pace in that Ferrari, so we'll see what he can do. The Pro Controller was going around the final corner, but he's jumping into the pits. We're on board with Scorpio. He's finishing up his hot lap. He's coming around the final turn on the run to the line, and he puts it in 10th to 133.08. Domingos crosses the line, but he started his hot lap. Rusty is on his out lap. So Rusty actually had a great race last weekend. He kept his nose clean. He was battling for position, and I believe he got 10th position at the end of the race, so he scored some good points for AlphaTauri.
He's slowly progressing, I think.
And Shep just put in the fastest second sector. I believe Tiny just started his hot lap. Yep, just started his hot lap. Now the action is starting to come really quickly. 007 Max just crosses the line to start his hot lap. Nico John is on the run to the line, but he invalidated his lap, so he's going to be going. Oh no, he was on his out lap. So Shep just finished the lap, but I don't think it counted. But
I think it was invalidated.
Yeah, he's in P17, and he goes wide in that turn 1, so Zambor, just like you said, he got caught out by that turn 1. Yeah. Then Domingos, yeah, it's all good. Domingos, he just went into P9 with the 132.9. Rusty, he's coming around turn 14, 15, and approaching 16 to get to the main straight. Nice and tidy through 16 on the curb. And he puts in a 134.477, so he's in 15th. And Tiny Dart,
Yeah.
he just took pole away. He's at 131.364. The margins are so tiny. Vapor improved this time to 134.015. Daly crosses the line, but he doesn't improve, so he's still in P13. 007 Mac does improve his time, so he's up into P4. Nico John improves his time, so he's in at 132.777. Monkey improves his time as well, so he was at the bottom. Now he's in 11th.
I'm really curious how Canino is going to react to
Well,
Tiny Dart.
he's got to respond. I mean, and he will respond.
He will feel the pressure.
He will feel the pressure. Now the pressure's on him. The ball is now in his court. And Tiny looks like he went off. I don't think it matters. I think he was going to be heading to the pits to see if he can do a final run. I think he's just trying to get out of the way for everybody. So who's going to be finishing up a lap here? I believe, is that Canino? Oh, no, that's Rusty. Rusty's on his second lap here, second hot lap. What is your guys' strategy when it comes to doing your hot laps in qualifying? Do you guys do one out lap, one hot lap, and then go into the pits, or do you try for 2 hot laps on the soft tires? Yeah.
Minimum tire wear.
Right, right. Right, if possible. Oh, we know you like going on the mediums. we know you like going on the mediums so much that we think you at this point you've forgotten. You know there are soft tires, right, available for qualifying? Okay, I'm just checking. All right, in case you weren't aware. Right. So McLaren, he crosses the line. He's still in P19, so he's looking for that pace still. Who else is going to cross the line here? Nafta's going to cross the line, but he's on his hot lap. Actually, I want to watch Nafta's lap here. Oh, and he backed off. I wonder what happened there. Because he just started his hot lap. Not sure. Maybe he's burning off some fuel for the next lap.
Nafta is third in the leaderboard, so
he is third.
Challenging for pole as well.
He is third, but I know he probably wasn't his best lap. I don't think, because I know he can go faster. Scorpio's on the run down to the line. He just started his hot lap. So Daily Dose of Death is now in the back straight. But see, he's got 4 laps on those soft tires, so you would imagine he's going to jump into the pits, because otherwise those tires are going to be dead for the race. Yeah, he's jumping into the pits. So Shep now is starting his hot lap. He just went around the final corner. He's on the main straight. He's just starting his lap. We'll see what he can do. He's down to P18, but he knows he's got more pace than that. So he's going to try to put together a good lap here. Oso is coming around the final corner. He now is on the run down to the line. And he doesn't improve, so he's still in P17. McLaren, he's on the run down to the line. He's in P19. And he improves, but he doesn't improve his position. So McLaren, Boko, not going as well as you'd hope. Meanwhile, in the other Renault, we got Beeman, who just started his hot lap.
Canino is still not moving out of the pits.
Yeah, he's
really waiting for the last moment. I think.
But he's got to get going.
Yeah, maybe he'll just wait.
He will, but I mean, you figure that the lap here, the quickest lap possible here is a 131 or so for these guys, and it's going to be slower than that.
I know he can do fast. He can do it 30.
If he puts it together, absolutely.
He stays on.
Even if you haven't started your final lap. And Space Cowboy just put in a nice lap. He's in P7. So there goes that pace from Shep. Yeah.
Good.
Rusty's crossing the line for his hot lap. Who else is out there? Nico's crossing the line for his hot lap. Tiny's crossing the line for his hot lap. So Tiny, yeah, he's thinking that Canino's going to put in a good lap too, because he's going to want to improve. He's out there. He's on his hot lap. Oh, and NAFTA just put in the pole. Pole lap, 131.310. So that's what I figured with NAFTA. He just hadn't put together the best time, but that time is about 7/10 better than his previous time. And now we have the finest of margins, because the gap between P1 and 2 is 54 thousandths of a second. That's like not even a blink of an eye.
Yeah, but Canino is also really close behind P2.
But he hasn't come out.
No.
Canino never came out. So I wonder what happened there. But Tiny invalidated his lap, so he's not going to improve. So this means that NAFTA's on pole. NAFTA's on pole. Amazing lap by NAFTA. If he can get another lap in, I think so, yeah. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get another lap. He can?
Looks like it stays like this. Everybody from their own laps. Rusty's still going. I think the top 5 will be the contenders for the win. Because Mac is really good in during the race, I think. So in Vietnam. So I think he gets a shot as well. Still a big gap.
So this is going to be the running order, huh?
Looks like it.
So the top 5 cars separated by about a second. Top 6 by a little over a second. And this is actually, I believe, it was the same thing that happened in Bahrain, because I believe NAFTA got pole in Bahrain. I believe he did.
we have it. Nafta's pole.
NAFTA's got pole, so great performance so far by NAFTA.
I'm still a bit surprised Canino Dinner went out for a second stint.
Something must have happened, so...
Yeah, maybe something in real life. Or maybe he was just satisfied with his time.
It also could be because what if he's thinking if he just stays tucked in behind, you know, the first lap on the main straight, then or even wait until the DRS. But even then,
Yeah,
that
maybe.
you would think that you want to get ahead and try to get away.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
That's true. That is true. So I'm excited what's going to happen in the race because it's anyone's for the taking for turn one. It's a little bit of a run down to the line, so you have a little bit of room to get a quick little slipstream and all that.
Is it going to be? What are the weather conditions? Is there an update on that?
I think it's just going to be overcast. I'm not sure if we're going to see any rain.
Because rain might throw the entire grid.
Completely.
Yes, formation lap going. I'm curious to the pit strategies because I just saw the pit predictions, the strategy, and it said two stop. It said so, but I reckon the one stop will be quite faster or better for the race. Now it's soft hard as well. Especially in the big right-hander setting up for the DRS straight, turn 13, I think.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, turn 13. So, quick rundown, real quick, as we see the predicted pit stop strategies. It looks like a one-stop is viable, but I think most people are going to be going on a two-stop. But we have Spartacus Mills, I believe that's Nico John. He's 51 points, first in the championship in the Racing Point. Right behind him is Domingos with 50 points. And behind him, NAFTA 47. And it's actually tied with Canino with 47.
Yeah, and Domingos qualified on a medium, so he's starting on a medium this race.
We'll have to keep an eye on him. Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on him because if he does anything like what Zandvoort's able to do on those mediums, then he's going to have a real good chance in the race. All right. This is all the cars on the grid. Lights are on. 5 lights on the grid. We'll see who gets the best jump. And they're off.
Go.
NAFTA got a pretty good jump, but so did Tiny. Tiny's able to he's just about there on the inside. Oh, and NAFTA goes wide. He goes wide. He lost traction. He got on the grass. So Canino is into P2.
Meanwhile, Space Cowboy takes P3. Really impressive.
Yeah. So the Ferrari's in 2 and 3. Oh, and NAFTA is in last position now. I think he was probably trying to avoid everybody. And he lost a piece of his wing. He lost a piece of his right wing, front right.
He was really down. So he got pole, and within 10 seconds, his entire race has changed.
And Feeman has gone off in the Renault. So we'll go on board here as 007 makes a move on Yuppie. So he's up into P4. But we're still on board with Yuppie, and these guys are side by side. Yuppie is right behind 007 Mac on the back straight. He's got the slipstream. He's going for the move. It looks like he's got the move done. How late are they going to break?
Plenty of time left for him.
And yeah, 007 Mac is trying to cut back, but it's not working. So nice move by Yuppie. Lot of action on the track right now.
I think there's a
Well, looks like we lost Scorpio, so I wonder what happened there. Oh, and Yuppie gets turned around. And Mac as well. So Mac and Yuppie got turned around there. Looks like that was in, what corner was that? Turn 6. So the midfield here is extremely tight.
Yeah, it's really hard to see now who is in what position.
Right.
I think is...
No, he's not. I think the game is some graphical glitches. So I'm on board with 007 Mac. He's trying to fight his way back up the pack because he was way up there in the positions. As Vapor makes a move on Nico John, so he's up into, Monkey Mafia, so he's up into 7th. Going back on board with Canino. Canino just put in the fastest lap.
He's putting the pressure on Tiny.
Yeah, he is. So he's 4 tenths behind him.
I think he's waiting for the next DRS zone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Kind of have to, right? I mean, not that you have to, but it's like the easiest place to make the overtake.
He needs to stick to him, though.
He does need
a bit of time.
He does, and he needs to get a great exit on 13. So we'll stay on board with these guys to see how their exits are. And Tiny goes a little bit off track, so I'm sure he would have gotten a warning for that one. And as all that's happening, NAFTA had gone into the pits, so he's on the hard tire. I'm sure he swapped out that wing as well. Yeah, and Tiny's getting a pretty good exit, but he goes a little bit wide, so you would think that Tiny may have gotten off the throttle a little bit. And it looks like he did, because now he looks like he's compromised a bit. We're on board with Canino. He's trying to get past with DRS. I don't think he's going to have quite enough. But he brakes late as can be. He tries to cut back. That's some great action for P1 here.
Also for P7 right now. Steinmine and Vapor.
Yeah, let's go on board. Yeah, let's go on board with Steinmine. Because Steinmine, he's in P8 just behind Vapor. Oh, but Canino just jumped down the inside in turn 1. Oh, but wasn't able to quite make it happen. He was given plenty of room on the outside. Oh. And he gets by. Canino gets by on the outside of turn 2 and 3. Great driving by Canino. That is not an easy move in that turn 1, 2, and 3 complex. And it looks like Yuppie. Right. Yep. And Shep went off. Shep went off. He was in P3.
He had such a good start of the race.
He did. But his wing, oh, and he's losing his rear end. And now he's lost a piece of the wing. So that's unfortunate for him, but we'll go back on board with Tiny, because Tiny's still in the DRS. But he's pretty far back. It looks like Canino, he's got really good pace today, because he's able to get away just a little bit from Tiny.
It's really impressive. Yes.
They do have a gap. What's going to be, I think, tricky as well is I don't think they're going to have enough of a gap for a pit stop. So when these guys need to come, and what lap do you think these guys are going to come in on? Yeah, but they're going to come into traffic, right? When they come back out. So that's going to play a big part on what happens in this battle for the lead. So it's going to be interesting.
I think they're going to stretch the stints this time because they have such a big gap.
But what do you think? 8 laps, 9 laps?
No, more maybe 10.
But by lap 9 or 10, the tires are pretty much dead, aren't they?
Yeah, but you just watch the gap between Pro Controller and yourself. And
Yeah.
You're fighting against that.
That's true. And Pro Controller's been doing well to put it into P3. So nice driving by Pro Controller. Nico John just behind him. And Steinmine is still right behind Vapor. Now these guys have moved up positions because they were fighting for 7th a couple laps ago, and now this is the battle for P5. And Steinmine, we'll stay on board with Steinmine because he's in P6. He's just behind. They're making their way around that corner to the main straight, or the back straight, excuse me. Steinmine's got DRS. Vapor's giving it everything. Vapor's able to actually hold on. Steinmine didn't have any overtake left.
Vapor has plenty of overtake left.
Yeah, so he's been doing well to save his overtake. I think he's saving his overtake for those straights versus Steinmine, who pretty much used it all. And it looks like we have a car that went off. Domingo's went off. Yeah, he's gone off. Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
There might have been some contact between Rusty and Mac, because
Yeah,
Mac is going into the pit right now.
Yeah, it seems like that may have happened. So we're still on board with Stein. And Vapor's doing well to stay ahead on those medium tires, because just like you said, Dan, the soft tires, you're starting to see how they're degrading now, and they don't really have an advantage over the mediums. If anything, the mediums are the better tire now.
Yeah, Vapor will be feeling comfortable right now. Keep the DRS.
Yeah, well this time he's got 20% on the ERS, so he saved a bit. Let's see if he can make this move. So we're on board with Steinmine, just behind Vapor in the battle for P5. He's got the DRS. He's just about there. He's going to try to outbrake him. He gets it done. Oh, but he lost. Yeah, he lost the rear end a little bit, and Vapor's able to get back through. So Tiny's into the pits. Tiny's into the pits from P2. Pro Controller's into the pits from P3.
Tiny goes on hard, so
He's one stop
to extend.
I thought he would have been trying to extend. So Tiny, those tires, I've done this strategy before, the one stop, and I know those tires at the end, even the hard tires going from a soft, they're going to be bad at the end of the race. So it's going to be really tough for Tiny, but we'll see what he can put together.
I think it will be too early for a one stop.
Yeah, I agree. Yuppie's in the pits as well, in the Mercedes. Nap is up the positions into 13th, so we'll see what he can do. I don't think he can go to the end. He's probably going to have to go into the soft tires again at the end. So what do you think Canino's going to do here, Danforth? Because P2 just went for the undercut. What does he do here? Right. You think he's going to try to hit his lap target no matter what, or is he going to... Oh, he goes into the pits, so he's responding to the undercut. So he's into the pits.
Let's see what tires he switches on.
Oh, and Canino's going for the two-stopper, because he's going onto the mediums. So Baker's down to the lead. He hasn't pit though, of course, but he is in the lead. We'll see where Canino comes out. I think Tiny's jumped him. Tiny jumped him in the pits. So the
really worked.
yeah, the undercut is very powerful here. So Canino, he's got to get by him again and build up a gap because he's on a two-stop strategy.
He has a better tire, so
and he should be able to make it work. So we're on board here then with Canino. This is they're fighting for P2, but this is really the battle for the effective lead. And you can see that they're both on cold tires. They don't really have the grip yet. Man, you can see Tiny's pushing as hard as can be because he's all over the curb. All over the exit. Yeah, he is. And it looks like McLaren is off. McLaren spun. Look at that Renault. So Canino's got the DRS on Tiny. He's going to try to outbrake him here. Nope, he's going to try to cut back. He goes for the cutback. He's got the traction. Oh, this is going to be good. We'll see what happens here. Final corner. They're side by side. Canino gives him a little bit of space. He's going to get the DRS again. He's on the inside on turn 1, but yeah, he's got to give him a little bit of room there.
Nico Jen just got hit by someone else. I think it was Scorpio or Rusty. He was going for an overtake.
Oh, jeez. So he's...
because of the contact.
And Canino got by. Canino got by. The same move. That's his move around the outside in turn 2 and 3. So he's using the extra traction of those tires to good effect. And now he's going to try to drive off because he's got to create a gap. He's going to have to pit again. He's got to give it everything here.
Get out of the DRS zone as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but Tiny, he's still there. Yeah, so now at this point, the traction is becoming obvious in those medium tires because the exits on the slow corners is so much better. So we're on board with Nero. He's in P5. Rusty's actually up into P4, so great showing so far from Rusty. Rusty, who's actually on the hard tires. And Kanina just puts in the fastest lap. Nero jumps down the inside. That was on turn 14.
That's it.
Yeah, but they're side by side still. And that was heads up driving by Nero to back out because he saw that Rusty was going to go wide there. Much better to back out and live to fight another day versus to get out of the race just because of that. So Nafta just made his move on Bro Controller into turn 1. So Nafta's up into position number 8. We're on board with Nero. They're on their approach. Up. It looks like there's a little bit of a touch in turn 6. Now into turn 7. Flat out left-hander. They're side by side. Oh, and Rusty got a little bit impatient there. He should have known that on a fast corner like that, a little touch would have spun him.
He went a bit wide, touched.
You've got to know when your car is so loaded up into that corner that even a touch like that can spin you. Racing incident in my eyes, but that's unfortunate for Rusty because he was doing pretty good.
Nafta P6 right now.
Yeah, Nafta's moving up the positions as well. And there's a lot going on behind. Who is that? It looks like Daily Dose. Is that spun? He spun at turn 11. So easy to do. So Nafta, he was defending his position from 007 Mac. Nico John.
So you expect Mac to go past Nafta?
And there are battles happening everywhere on the track right now. So Space Cowboy Shep, he's fighting his way through the pack again. Oh, and he touches with Rusty. Rusty, who was trying to squeeze him on the outside. You saw that one? Yeah. In that one, I think Shep will argue that he got squeezed out when he was already there, but I'm sure the stewards will review. Unfortunately,
Nino is about to get P1 right now.
Yeah, 2/10 behind.
He's creating a gap of Tiny as well.
And this is helping him as well because he's got the DRS that's going to help him extend that gap even more. So he gets by Vapor. So nice driving by Kanina. Nice and tidy. I don't think so, because he was never fighting with these guys in the first place, so he's doing a different race. So I think he's going to extend this as long as possible. So I'm figuring with these medium tires, you've got to be able to do, what, like 14, 15 laps or so? He's going to be shooting for P3. That's for sure. He's got the pace, because that's true. Yeah, Vapor's going to be on a one-stop, I think. No, that's true.
Vapor still needs to pit, so.
He does still need to pit, but he's on a better... Vapor's on, in my opinion, is on a better strategy than Tiny, because Tiny's trying that soft to hard. I've done that soft to hard here in China, and I think I'm pretty good with tire savings, but soft tire, the first stint I was like at 80-something% with the wear, and then the last stint with the hard, I was also like at 80-something wear. So it's not a fast strategy to one-stop, soft to hard. Medium to hard is, I think, it's better. Right, more wiggle space with your, I know what you mean. Tiny jumps down the inside of turn 14 and he gets by Vapor. So the guy's giving each other plenty of room, plenty of respect. Love to see it. Great racing by everybody. And now we're on board with Space Cowboys. Space Shep is in 10th position. He's right behind Yuppie, who's in 9th. got the DRS.
Doesn't just overtake.
No, he doesn't, but he's going to go for a move. And he jumps down the inside. So very nice move by Shep. He's into P9.
Okay. Nico Jones is right behind you as well.
Yeah, so he's got the best seat in the house to watch the action just ahead as he inches closer and closer to the guys. That's, in my opinion, that's also a great place to be when you're just behind, because if those guys, if they collide or lose time or go wide, you can pounce and pass both of them.
Get an easy overtake then.
Yeah. So we're in on board with 007 Mac. He's just behind NAFTA, about a second behind. That's the battle for P6. NAFTA has done amazingly well to fight his way back to the position. NAFTA, I think, has the pace to fight Vapor for that P3. I think he can do it.
It will be interesting to when he will pit. Will he go for a medium or will he go for a soft?
What is it about those Mercedes? Right. I still think that NAFTA can make something happen there. And Vapor's into the pits. So he's going to the pits. That's going to mean that Steinlein, who's in P4 in the Red Bull, will jump up to P3. And 007 Mac is just behind NAFTA. Now Vapor actually was in P8, just behind Broken Controller, but it was pretty close. See, NAFTA's got a lot of pace today.
Can he now widens his gap with Tiny as well? 4.5 seconds now. He needs to keep pushing with those tires. Well, not with these tires, I think. Because he pitted in lap 2, I think. Lap 1. Will be difficult. That's 27 laps to 26. Yeah, he had to work through the field, so lost a lot of tire wear, I reckon. He's closing on Neron, even with the more burnout tire and even the hard.
So now we're on board with NAFTA. NAFTA, who's trying to make a jump onto P4.
Goes on the outside.
Yeah, but he gets squeezed out by Nero. No. Nero, who had the positioning there, he had every right to put his car there, so nice driving by Nero, but he goes into the pit. And Beeman had just gotten a 3-second penalty as well. And 007 Mac gets a penalty as well. The Bro Controller makes his way past into P5, so nice driving by Bro Controller. So what battles do you guys see happening right now? I mean, there's so many.
Definitely for one for P5.
Yeah.
Between Mac and Vapor, Bro Controller.
Yeah, I'm on board with Vapor. And yeah, it's P4, P5, P6, and P7 all fighting.
Mac has plenty of overtake left.
He does, but so does Vapor though. He's giving it everything on overtake. He's at a 210 miles an hour. Excellent driving by everybody to hit their braking point. So we're past the halfway point of the race, and man, it's such a close race so far.
There's a battle for P1 with a different strategy.
It is still on because the gap is 6.6 seconds right now. And Stein, what do you think is, how much time do you lose in a pit stop here? What do you really say, 20, 25 seconds?
Yeah, around that. I think it's 24. I'm not so sure about it.
Right. So it's looking like Canino is going to be behind Tiny when he pits, but he is going to be on the faster tire. He's going to be on the soft tire again.
Will be.
Quicker. But I think those hard tires at the end are going to be completely dead. That's true. I think it's going to be a little bit better at the end of the race because you have less fuel, less weight, but you do still make a good point.
Will be interesting how long Tiny can hold out. Still got 11 laps to go.
He's risking a puncture with that strategy, if you ask me. So 007 Mike jumps into pits. So we'll see what tire he's going to jump onto. At this point, I'm thinking maybe the mediums. The Bro Controller, he's still behind Vapor. They're battling for P5. Blue flags with the back marker McLaren, who's getting lapped. And now let's go on board with Nico John, because Nico John is just behind Yuppie, who is in 8th place. So Nico John's
behind each other for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Sticking to each other.
I think this is the closest battle on the track at the moment. So the racing point here of Nico John, he's actually leading the championship. So I want to see how aggressive he's going to be in his move, because he doesn't want to lose out too many championship points due to like a clumsy error. So I don't think he's going to be too aggressive. Oh, and he spun in turn 11. It's so easy to do there as you turn left into turn 11 and then right into 12. The car wants to keep going left. Drives me nuts, but right. So you can tell Vapor was definitely trying to throw the throttle there, and he lost it, unfortunately. But he's only down into P6, so he hasn't lost out too many positions, because the guys in the front were starting to build a gap to the guys in the back. So Nico John in P9, he's right behind Yuppie. He's literally like 2/10 behind him. Oh, and he's got a good run on him on the back straight. He's got the DRS. He's on the outside for turn 1. They're side by side. And it looks like he might be able to get this thing done. Oh, no. Yuppie positioned his car perfectly there. Really nice driving from Yuppie. Shep jumps into the pit, so he's on a new set of medium tires, so he's going to be able to go to the end. So we're still on board Nico John. And Monkey Mafia is in P11, and he's still on the same set of medium tires that he started on.
17 laps.
17 laps. 18. I think it's actually 18 laps at this point.
You must be thinking about pitting right now.
You would think so. And Nero gets a penalty, 3-second penalty for track limit. So we're on board with Nico John. They're on the back straight with Yuppie. Who's going to get the better exit? Who's going to blink first? They both get a pretty good exit. The gap is falling here.
They don't use that overtake button.
Neither one is using the overtake. They're holding on to it. Oh, and Nico John goes a little bit wide. So he's going to lose a tenth or so there.
After slowly closing the gap to Steinmeier.
He is.
I think a few laps ago it was 3 seconds, now it's 1 second.
But see now,
With those tires, he's gaining.
But see, but Nafta's going to have to pit again, and as Tiny gets a 3-second penalty. So that changes how this race is going to play out, because now Canino, all he has to do is stay within 3 seconds, and he can win this race, because it looks like he's going to come out behind Tiny when he pits. But there is going to be traffic. Well, actually, no, there's not going to be traffic. He's going to come. If he pits, he's going to come out of P3. Oh no, P2. P2. You're right. Yeah. P2. Monkey Mafia jumps into the pits, so he was going for the medium to soft. I've never seen that strategy here on a 50% race.
It's impressive.
Very impressive.
He also makes the tires broken at least P60.
Canino's in the pits. Yeah, so he's going on to new set of soft tires. So he's going to go this lap and 8 more.
Just to close a gap of 14 seconds. Just want to adjust.
Hey, well, how's it going, Tomas? T. Darson is saying hello in the chat. Yeah, Canino has no time penalties at the moment, not that we know of.
Nafta passes Steinheim.
He does.
Even on 6 lap older tires.
The Nafta is another one of those guys who, in terms of ability and pace and knowledge about how to drive, how to save the tires, he's another one that's way up there. He's really, really good at driving, really good at racing, really good at conserving the tires.
It's a really shame he lost out on lap 1.
He did. He did, but at the same time, he's getting good points for Mercedes. But you ask anyone who would have had it, you ask anyone who would have had a chance for the fight for the win, and of course they'll always be disappointed if they're not fighting for the win.
Still tremendous work by him.
Yeah. And then someone just jumped into the pits here. It looks like Daily Dose of Theft just jumped into the pits, and we're still on board with Steinmeier because he's going to try to stay with Nafta. Yeah, Tomas, T. Darson is more T. Darson in the chat. Yeah, it is going to be really nice at the end of the race. We're going to see what's going to happen. It's going to be really close. Everyone's getting hyped up for the end of the race here. Not too much longer, 7 laps. So let's go on board with Monkey Mafia, because Monkey Mafia is actually, he's 3/10 behind Domingos, who's in P14. And do you think at this point everyone's going to the end of the race, or are we still going to see some pit stops? What do you think, guys?
We'll be curious to see if Nafta tries to gamble or a very long stint on the hards.
Oh, and Nico John spun. Nico John spun in turn 9. Oh, he was fighting for P7, I believe.
Okay.
And McLaren gets a penalty.
Canino has already closed down the gap with 4 seconds. He's really going for it.
Tomás, hablo español, that's why. Tomás. He's saying that I pronounced his name right. Alright, let's see. So what's happening here? Because Domingos got passed on the main straight. So Monkey Mafia is up into P13.
Making space cowboy and getting close to each other.
Yeah.
Almost half a second gap.
Hey, Canino just put in the fastest lap, so right now Canino is flying. How's it going? Teun is saying hello. I can never pronounce that name right. Teun. Let's not even start with that because we're going to be here all day. Jesus Christ. How's it going, Teun? We'll leave it at that. It's always nice to hear from Teun. Alright. You're going to be able to check out Teun race tomorrow. He was trolling me, he said. He was trying to get me to trip up on his name. So crafty, the Dutch. Very intelligent. And how's it going, Robert? I actually don't know who Robert Angus is, but he's saying hello in the chat. So, how's it going? I'm assuming he's one of our guys. Let's see, who's the closest battle on the track right now? It looks like it's Nero behind Yuppie, the fight for P7.
And Venom and Scorpio as well. With Monkey Mafia behind them.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Angus, that's Cali Rob. How's it going, Cali Rob? Cali Rob, who you would think is in Cali from his name. I think he actually lives in Hungary.
Ooh, and Nero's going for an overtake on Yuppie.
Yeah, he's got it done on the back straight. So nice move by Nero. Oh, but Yuppie goes back for the cutback. But they both get loose. And I think, who is that? Is that Rusty? Yeah, Rusty spun in turn 6, I believe.
Space Cowboy as well.
Yes, Space Cowboy on the exit of turn 14 and 15.
Gap between P1 and P2 is 6 seconds. Closing the gap.
And there's all kinds of action happening right now in the turn 14 at the end of the straight because Domingos just got past or held his position from Monkey Mafia. Yeah, he's got he's on the quickest tire right now. And as all that's been happening, Canino has reduced the gap from 10 seconds. Now it's down to 6 seconds. He only needs to get within 3 seconds to take this win.
But the longer it goes, the slower his tires will go.
Yes, but Tiny's on 16 lap old hards. I did my league race here, it was a while ago, but I did, I think, 22 laps on the hards, and I was at 80-something%, like risking a puncture.
And NAFTA is right now at 20 laps, so...
Yeah, exactly. There's no point to it. So, and I wonder what do you think NAFTA's going to be able to make it?
I think he's even increasing the gap between him and himself and Steinlein. Because a few laps ago it was 1 second.
We've got to stay on board. Well, you got to keep our eyes on NAFTA because he's going to be risking a puncture, which would ruin his race. But a high risk, a high reward. He's fighting. And you figure even if he does get a puncture, fuck it, right? He's just going to try to get back to the pits. Worst comes to worst, but he's doing everything he can to hold on to that third position.
You don't want to puncture at Sector 1 because it's a long track.
So what's the closest battle right now? We got NAFTA who's just behind, or excuse me, Vapor who's just behind Bro Controller. Bro Controller gets a penalty. Yeah, Rob, he does have to just pull a few seconds because he is clear on penalties. And Tomas said, Rob, I'm glad I'm not the only loser dialing in to watch a PlayStation race on Saturday morning. You and I and everyone else, Tomas, join the club. Right. Rob is saying he's watching this and getting strategy tips for tomorrow. Rob is so modest because he knows he's so fast he needs no strategy tips. The motherfucker is so fast. He just needs to do his race and he'll get a good position no matter what. So Vapor, he's still behind Bro Controller in P5. This looks to be like the closest battle on the track at the moment. But Canino has closed the gap to 3 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tiny has a time penalty, and Canino doesn't have a time penalty, I think. So Canino needs to stay calm and cool, and he will get the win of the race.
Yeah, but at the same time, we've also gone over these things with different ruling, and there's always the possibility that there are some types of penalties that may be looked at after the race. So you can never assume that you're going to win just based off the time penalty. You still got to fight for the position, just in case. I think Canino knows that, but he's still pushing. Yeah. And Canino's, it looks like he's been using up all of his rich because for a second there, his car was, I think that's how he was closing the gap because you can see it now. He was on rich. He's flipping between rich and lean because you can see every once in a while that his fuel indicator's coming up, like he's using up too much fuel. So you can see him start to close the gap when he puts it in rich, and then you can see the gap start to open up back up when he puts it in lean. So this is going to be very, very close. Yeah, Rob, I think it's hard we can't tell from our telemetry here, but we can see it when that fuel indicator pops up in yellow that he doesn't have enough fuel for the rest of the race, so he's flipping between rich and lean. So let's go on board with Domingos. Domingos is right behind Beeman, P11. I think Domingos is setting up a move here for the back straight.
He should.
Yeah, as Monkey gets a time penalty, track limits.
Both Domingos and Fernand have overtake left. Enough.
Yeah. But they
use it straight away.
Yeah, he's using it all. Oh, and he's got a run on him. He's there. They break. They both try to break as late as possible. Oh, and he goes a little bit wide, Beeman, but he holds on to the position for now. Nope.
Fernand touches the grass and loses time.
And yeah, really nice driving by Domingos to keep nice and tidy. Really nice move by him. So he's up at the P11. Let's go on board with Vapor. Vapor is just behind Bro Controller. This is the battle for P5. So Vapor, Bro Controller's got 9% ERS. Vapor has got more than that. He's using all of it now. He's got the DRS. He's actually holding on to his overtake, which is smart because I think he's going to be able to get the move done anyway.
It's going to be close right now.
They break late. Vapor on the outside. Really nice move by Vapor.
Awesome job.
Really nice overtake. So he's up into P5. Vapor, who's been so impressive, he's shown so much improvement since when we first started with him here in the league. Great job by Vapor. You love to see it.
Nafta is still keeping on his P3 position with 2-second gap between himself and Steinmeier.
And Tiny's been able to push that gap back over 3 seconds. But now this is interesting because Canino is within a second of a lap car, so he's going to get the DRS. Tomas, I don't know how he's holding on to those tires because 24 laps, I did 22 laps here on the same strategy, and I was about to get a puncture. Lap is just doing an incredible job managing those tires. This is now where the leaders are on the final lap. So Canino, he's right at that threshold for the win, and he knows it.
Yeah. He needs to keep it within 3 seconds.
Gee,
It is really close.
I can't believe this is so close.
Hopefully get a good exit though.
Yeah, and it looks like he is being affected by the dirty air a little bit. So
Lost half a second there.
yeah, he did. I think that lap car is throwing off his concentration a little bit. As Bro Controller, he's still been able to stay on the back of Vapor, so he's doing a good job of staying with him. That looks like Daily Dose of Death moved up into P17 past Oso, so nice move by Daily. Yeah, DRS could make the difference, but I think we're a bit too late now because now the time gap is 4.2.
It's too big.
It's too
Unless
big.
Tiny has 2 time penalties.
I don't believe he does. I don't believe he does. Yeah, so now the gap is 5.1. No, the gap is too big now. You could even see Canino backing off a little bit. just to make sure he doesn't bin it. Let's go on board with Pro Controller. So this is going to be
Tiny
interesting.
finishes.
Yeah. So the Tiny's in the finishes in the lead, and he
Oh.
does finish in the lead. So we're on board now with Bro Controller. Bro Controller, this is the fight for P5.
Mac is behind Yuki as well.
Yep.
Last section.
And Bro Controller doesn't have enough. So we're on board with NAFTA. NAFTA is crossing the line with 25 lap old Arn. What an
To give a shout out to him
incredible,
because he did so impressive.
incredible
Spinning out on the
drive.
first lap.
What a drive from NAFTA. That's definitely my driver of the day, if you ask me.
Mac passes Yuki.
And Mech, yeah, Mech got passed
And he just got
at the end
so
of the time penalties, yeah. But now Domingos, this is the fight for P10. It's still happening. They're on the back straight. Domingos has got the DRS. He goes on the outside. And they're still side by side. And they're still side by side. Oh no, and Shep goes wide. But he gets a time penalty for it.
I think he got a time penalty for that.
He did. So he's in P11. What a race. Really, really nicely done. Who was your driver of the day, Zan?
NAFTA from the end.
Yeah?
He was, I think he was last position just after the start, and he manages to go up through the field and still finish on the podium. That's just impressive.
What do you guys think about the pit strategy? Because Tiny did a one stop and Canino did a two stop, but Tiny was able to pull it off. To stay within the 3 seconds, yeah. It played out exactly like you said then, because even though you can see it now, Canino had the fastest lap, but at the end the pace wasn't faster than the hards, so they started to go, just like you said.
It looked like Canino had trouble from the blue markers, because that's when he lost a lot of time.
And I'm pretty sure Canino's going to be in the steward's office, just like Hamilton was, marching up there to make a complaint. So that's unfortunate for Canino, but it was still a great performance. Yeah, Tomas, I think Tomas is saying that if Canino wouldn't have struggled with fuel, he would have had him. I think so, but that's the risk you take when you use your rich early on in the race without conserving. But okay, anyway, that's our race here. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Join us next week. Next week we're going to be going to... Where are we going next week? Zandvoort? I think it's Zandvoort. Zandvoort. Yeah, Zandvoort and Zandvoort. Yeah, we're going to go to Zandvoort. And then tomorrow... yeah, everyone stay tuned. I believe we're going to have the stream of tomorrow for the T1 race. T1 race tomorrow at China. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. And thank you guys. Take care, everybody.